Hello, my name is Martell, and I am the founder and CEO of Martell Brothers Studios. I'd like to talk about my product, Martell TV, which is a multi-channel video programming guide for internet videos and platforms such as YouTube. And unfortunately, for those of you who need to have pretty girls in your YouTube videos, there's not going to be a lot of that here, but I really think that if you care about the business aspect of YouTube and you consider it a career, you should really listen to what I'm saying. It's very important. Our mission statement is to liberate viewers from established mainstream cable providers by providing a simple-to-use channel surfing experience on an internet platform, because we believe cable is an evil business and the search experience of platforms like YouTube really sucks. That's a pretty bold statement that I just made, that cable TV is evil. Anybody really aware of the business of cable television can see that they're inflating the subscription cost for consumers. Generally increases by 20% every year, and there's really no valid reason for that to increase every year like that. The cable providers also threaten to drop various TV stations if they try to shift to an entirely ITV strategy, because cable doesn't want them to advance, and they try to thwart technology that would give consumers more choice in programming, an example being Hulu. Consumers also have no real choice in cable TV providers. There's these fiefdoms, basically, where many people have no choice but to use Time Warner or Chromecast, and they don't have multiple providers they could get it from. So it's not very fair to the consumers, and it's not really that fair to the station owners either. Broadcast television is also a dying industry. In fact, next year the FCC plans to offer struggling broadcast TV stations buyouts for their frequency spectrum so they can sell them to mobile internet providers. So television as we know it is going away. But you should already know this because you're already jumped on board with this whole YouTube wave. I mean, you know that some of the most popular YouTubers have audience sizes comparable to major networks, and YouTube's mobile views is legions above whatever the television mobile applications receive, and that's understandable given a lot of these applications you have to be within a certain radius of your cable box to even get the feed. So internet platforms are really taking over, and indies, true indies, who've embraced YouTube, are starting to build huge brands. But there's a problem here, and that's what Martell TV is designed to address. Television has been a created experience for over 50 years. And that's important because YouTube is not a created experience at all. It's really just a search engine. And even though the distribution is way cheaper than television has ever been, I can literally put a video on my channel and within 10 minutes anybody in the world could see it. There's way too much selection. When I search for a show on YouTube, I have no idea if the video is going to be anywhere from 30 seconds to 4 minutes. I have to spend time creating this stuff myself. It's not been created for me, and that's a problem because I have to know exactly what I'm looking for in order to find it. So, as an example, everybody knows that YouTube search phrases, you should try to be competitive against other creators. You have to have long tails. But the problem is that you might only get 100,000 views a month from funny cat videos. But that's just what the search volume is. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get 100,000 views to your video. It means the search page for funny cat videos will get 100,000 views. Somebody has to still click on your video, and they have to decide it based on a thumbnail and 5 or 6 words that will actually appear before it gets cut off in the search listing. It's just not a good system. The people that are most successful with YouTube have managed to do a lot of search engine optimization on their channels, and at times even abused the algorithm to make sure that they rank very highly for keywords that range somewhere between the cats and funny cats range here if they were searching for cat videos. Furthermore, the way that advertising works traditionally is a much better deal than the way advertising works on platforms like YouTube or Hulu, where YouTube sells your ad inventory for you through AdWords. As an example, here's The Big Bang Theory. 12 million viewers on average, and they have 18 commercial spots. And the TV station sells it at $326,000 per 30-second slot. And even when you consider the cost of distributing through a traditional platform like cable or broadcast, which is about a quarter per viewer, they still end up making $2.8 million per episode. And we haven't even got into reruns yet. That's just the premiere episode. Compared to YouTube, where something like Halo 4 to Dawn has a similar number of viewers, similar audience demographics, but there's only 2 commercial spots. I don't consider the last commercial spot at the end of the video to be anything because nobody's going to watch that. So there's 2 commercial spots, one at the start, one in the dead center, and one at the end that nobody watches. And YouTube's forced us to put our content arranged in that way. And they sell the ad inventory for us. Let's say that it's a $20 CPM, which is fairly high for YouTube. There's only a total of $480,000 that's made. And then YouTube comes in, takes their 45% cut, and they leave with $264,000. So again, comparison. Traditional television, $2.8 million per episode, same demographic. With YouTube, $264,000 per episode. Doesn't seem like such a good deal, does it? This is why, inevitably, YouTube multi-channel networks like Machinima, Maker Studios, and Fullscreen and so forth, they have to develop an owned and operated platform to leave YouTube. This is why several YouTube networks have purchased YouTube competing sites, most notably Maker Studios recently purchased Blip. They have to leave the platform. But most people are not going to be able to do that. They can't get that Series B investment to go buy Blip. All right, there's really only so many of these platforms out there. So our solution is, instead of asking everybody to make their own and operated platform where they have to drive traffic to their own website, we can create this authentic cable TV style experience using our application. Again, television can be a curated experience even if it's on the internet. And there's more selection available than you would have with cable television. And it still has the cheapness of internet distribution. And it's a simple experience because my company is making sure that this is the best consumer experience of any video platform out there. With our platform, you're in control of your own ad inventory. You can decide how many ad inventory slots there are in an episode. So if you own The Big Bang Theory and you want to have 18 commercial spots and sell your stuff at $326,000 per 30-second slot, you can do that. And you have the same amount of ad revenue. And then even when you consider the cut for distribution, which is so much cheaper, traditional broadcasting would be a quarter per viewer. Ours is less than a penny. And even with a 25% commission, like if we did that, not saying that we're going to, but if we did that, doing something similar to iTunes or Amazon, they would still be 45% more profitable than broadcast and over 1,000 times more profitable than using YouTube, where YouTube takes 45% of your ad inventory because you're in a search engine, which could be in any way from Google search, and for hosting your video, which is dumb because they're just overcharging for bandwidth, really. Our publisher interface is also superior to a lot of automated television systems. If you wanted to build your 24-hour television station, you could make 3 months of 24/7 day lineups. So basically 3 months worth of content every day for 3 months. Somebody comes to your station, they will see a listing. You can build that in about an hour. An hour. It is the best automated television software platform that's ever been created. I have a demonstration video. I'll have an annotation here. It's easy. You just simply drag and drop videos into the timeline. In the next version of our application, you'll be able to designate certain segments as ads and actually sell that advertising by GPS location. So what it means is that if you wanted to make a 30-second spot in the dead center of your video and sell that advertising to different car dealerships around the nation, you could do that. Instead of just physically burning this 30-second spot in the dead center of your video and then uploading it to YouTube. And that ad inventory is never recyclable again. That video becomes permanently sponsored by that one person. You now have the ability to recycle your ad inventory using our platform. It is a better deal. Furthermore, the ads won't be blockable. There's a sloppy way that ad display systems are created for platforms like Hulu and YouTube. It tends to be a poor experience for not just the consumer, but for the advertiser. And anything that makes the advertisers happy, it gets into your bottom dollar as the content creator. Ultimately, television has been an advertising funded platform for many years. And that's not going to go away because a lot of consumers don't want to pay for content. So somebody has to pay for it. And the advertisers are the people there. But what's even cool about our platform is maybe you don't have to have 18 commercials during a half-hour program. Maybe you just need one commercial, and you just sell that one segment to multiple advertisers in different parts of the world. So this can be a better experience than even YouTube. Again, we are trying to give you, the content creators, the ability to control your content, not just on our platform, but also on your own websites. You'll be able to embed your station hourly programming feed for that day into your own website, so that when somebody clicks on an episode, they can just watch it from your own site. You don't have to market our platform at all. That's our job, right? We're basically taking the role of Time Warner, where we have to advertise to consumers to get them to use our system. But you don't have to advertise our system at all. You can just advertise your own website and have that day programming lineup right there that people can watch it. And it's the same experience and the same programming lineup as in our channel guide. So really the question is, do you want to continue to use a WordPress style blog as your only means of audience discovery, or would you like to replace an image slider with an honest-to-God station lineup that anybody can recognize as being television station lineup? My parents will recognize this as being television. They won't recognize a WordPress style blog as being television or a search engine. It's like Command DOS for them, really, search phrases. We do have a search page within our application. I will mention that. So it isn't entirely the hourly programming guide that people have to cultivate shows. There is a search experience, and our search is different in that consumers search for shows, and then they can watch episodes after they click on a show. So it's not searching through every conceivable video on the platform, because I think that's kind of dumb. I think people are searching for shows to watch, and not necessarily individual episodes. If you wanted to see the individual episodes, you just type the name of that show, right? So if I search sci-fi shows on Hulu, it doesn't show me sci-fi shows, it shows me individual videos. It's just crazy. There's still a YouTube channel-like page. We call it the station page. Differences. You still have your hourly programming lineup on your station page. So if you wanted to advertise our platform, you could just simply share your station page. You can cultivate the listing of recommended shows. You get to decide what recommended shows are in that list. Furthermore, when someone subscribes to your station, that TV station goes into their customized TV guide, but they also share their email address with you. And we'll have integration with MailChimp or Constant Contact or even FanBridge so that you can easily manage your audience. We don't have any of this trying to integrate with Google Plus crap. You have an honest-to-God mailing list to engage with your subscribers. The watch page is a walled garden of your content. If somebody is watching a show from your station page, or they search for that show, they see a list of episodes in the left-hand side, and those episodes are the episodes of that show. They don't have like this recommended, YouTube channel to go subscribe to that doesn't even belong to you, because I think that's terrible. We've also made it so it's kind of fun. It looks like a TV, and I think that audiences of all ages will engage with this sort of layout, whereas YouTube is really more designed like a website, and it just doesn't feel like television. Now you can change the themes. We'll have multiple themes for different demographics here, but this is the standard theme that I've been showing you, which we call Classic Silver. Well, let's talk about the costs here. If you wanted to start Time Warner style station, if you wanted to start Time Warner cable company, it would cost you $140 billion. That's what it would actually cost Google based on various reports I've read. If you want to start a cable TV station, 110 to 150 million. Doesn't sound so great. Even if you want to start a YouTube clone site, it would cost you $15 million. That's what the creators of YouTube put into YouTube before they were bought out by Google. If you wanted to start a multi-channel company using our platform, we could white box this to you for $500,000. So it wouldn't say Martell TV anything. It could just be, Disney TV or Machinima TV or whatever. I really don't care. $500,000 license for our system if you want to white box it. But if you merely just want to have a station within our channel guide, $5,000 annual recurring fee for $470 a month, you would be able to have your station listed here. We are going to have it so we take a commission on ads inventory that is sold through our ad display system, and we're open to negotiate on that exact price. It doesn't have to be 25%. Especially for early adopters, we're willing to make deals with you guys because we think that it's more important to have partnerships than it is to make money at this stage. But there is some money we have to make because this is a very expensive system. Creating an owned and operated platform is not cheap. So, who we are. I am the founder of Martell TV, Gary Martell. I've been using YouTube pretty much since it came out. I have had a very niche show called the RPG Fanatic Show that is aimed at people that really like old school RPGs. Never was a really great show in terms of audience size, but it has, I think I've had about 3.7 million views to it. I have about 12,000 subscribers as of right now. Making that show, I came to the realization that there was lots of limits to YouTube. It was all search driven, and even if you do carve out a good niche, you can't sell your own ad inventory to make the money that you really need in order to build a sustainable business out of television. So we designed this system to help our network and help other networks and other individual creators who want to make their own TV stations, but just haven't had the means to do it until now. My VP of Business Development is Eric Weiler. He has over 15 years experience in the film industry. He was previously a producer at Dark Horse Entertainment. I also have VP of Marketing, who is Lori Fielt. She has over 10 years experience as a senior product marketer at companies like VMware, 3M, and Dell. I also have two advisors to the company, Paul Wright and Sandeep Kumar. Collectively, they have experience raising money for companies and also in this space as well. We have a really great team. There's other people as well behind the scenes that aren't always mentioned. But we have a great operation here, and I really think that we're going to make a huge crack and dent in the internet television universe here with the system that we're creating. We've got a great team. If you're interested in having a station, my contact information is on the screen. We are looking for early adopters who want to have television stations in our system. Having a television station isn't just a financial commitment, it's also a commitment to the quality. We're not looking for the average amateur hour stuff. We're really looking for companies that are seriously wanting to break into the television industry and become the new, sources of quality content, the new ABCs and NBCs of the world. I think that a lot of these networks are on YouTube right now. So that's why the first site that our platform is compatible with is YouTube. But again, this is our platform. We can plug in whatever videos from whatever source you like. Thank you for watching this video, and please reach out if this interests you. Thank you.